I'd like to share my experience of painting a chorus box with special tips for beginners. First I had to enlarge the picture.
So if I do the inches on that one and the centimetres on that one, but I do 4 times the number of inches on that one to centimetres on this one. Does that make any sense? It's 48. It's not 72. Okay, you're right. Look, it just has to look a bit like that, right? So we'll just go, yeah, this one comes down to here, about there.
Luckily for me, the dimensions weren't too critical. The next step was to go down to the box that I was to decorate and check that my design fitted on the box. Unfortunately, it was a somewhat windy day here in Levin.
Are you going to work? Okay. Get on the blue tack. Can you have it? Oh, we're good.
Eventually, I blue tacked the picture to the box.
Yeah, do you think I'll see it for that?
It's $400, thanks.
Every box is different, but artists are particularly not allowed to paint over any existing markings or small ventilation holes or the door lock. My biggest challenge was this gap between the top of the door and the roof. The next stage was to sand the box down and wipe the sanding dust off before adding the primer. I used tarpaulins to protect the neighbour's fence and the footpath just in case I splashed the paint around. The primer and the final anti-graffiti coat took special solvents, so I chose to wrap my brushes in Glad Wrap between coats and throw them away afterwards. To transfer my design to the box, I chose to cut up my template and put it back on the box with blue tack. Then I drew with pencil each outline as I removed the pieces. Once again, wind was a bit of an issue that day.
First paint! First coat! It's underway! Yay! Paint's drying so fast, I'm even getting the smell on my paint pot.
I later discovered Resine's hot weather additive, which was helpful because it slowed down the drying time a bit.
This is going to take 3 coats. How frustrating. We've had all the weathers today. I started out with a woolly hat and a bit of rain, and now it's a sun hat and sunshine, and that's Eleanor's dog on the road.
Lots of people stopped to chat while I was painting. Eleanor lived nearby and she was kind enough to let me use her toilet. After rescuing Fergus the dog, it was time to keep painting.
The hardest bit is this bump at the door. You painted it on and suddenly your brush goes, woo! And it's supposed to be a straight line! Woo! All I want to say is today it's chilly, cold and windy.
For the hills on the front of my painting, I bought Resine's 55mm test pots, because Resine's test pots are the only ones that I'm aware of that are actually exterior paint. For the yellow sky in black over painting, I went to Mitre 10 and bought 250mm pots under the label Small Job. All the coloured paints I used were acrylics. Here you can see me painting with a cotton bud, because that was the best way to put on all of these little dots. I took a bucket of water with me to the site and some extra jars for dividing the water up, so that I could have one jar for initially washing a brush, and that water would get very dirty. Then I would clean the brush again in the next jar, and that would give me a clean brush for changing to the next colour. I tried using masking tape for doing straight lines, like the lines on the sunshine here, but that was a disaster. The tape bled underneath, and it took some of the paint off with it when I pulled the masking tape off. So I ended up painting all my straight lines by hand. I did need the masking tape though for masking out the A and the B on the cabinet and the door lock, which were areas that I was not supposed to paint. So I put the masking tape on while I was doing the undercoats and then peeled it off. I drew a lot of my guidelines with pencil, but this didn't work on the darker colours. So here you can see me using a stick of chalk, which was really handy because it was nice and easy to wipe off when things went a little bit askew.
I just have to thank them. It's a breeze. This is the last night. It's done. Except for a little bit of touching up, but it's almost done.
This is how the back of my car looked when I turned it into a travelling art studio. You can find a full list of the materials and supplies I took with me at my blog, artyvicky.wordpress.com, under the title Outdoor Painting. Please message me if you have any more questions. And after all that work, I just had to do a little victory dance. Hooray! It was finished! Please subscribe to me here on YouTube, like my Facebook page, and follow my blog on WordPress.